Alright, so I put my beam back on, and now I am going to start threading each yarn through one of these holes. Now, let's see. For this project, since there are 2 layers, I'm going to be putting 2 threads through each hole. So there's one. And yeah, that way there can be one layer and then another layer, and they'll pretty much sit right on top of each other. So it'll still be as dense, and I won't need to get, this is a 15 ends per inch reed, and in order to get it the density that I would need it to, if I wanted to do each yarn through a single hole, I would need to have 30 ends per inch, which would be crazy. I don't even think we have one of those. I think 25 may be the highest we have. That's probably for like crazy thin yarn and hair maybe. Yeah. So just gonna put 2 per hole, and that'll be it. It's a long process though, unfortunately, like all of this is. It's not too bad. So I'm just going to measure out. My piece is going to be 6 inches total. So I have my center here. So I'm going to measure out 3 inches and then just start from the right and work to the left. See if I can do this with one hand. Probably not, but whatever. So I just, where are you? There you are. See a little moving guy? I just put him through. For ease, I'm just gonna grab 2 at the same time. So I'm going to be putting them in the same hole anyway. For this project, I have blue on one layer and yellow on the other layer for this little section. So they should always be matched, which they are so far, which is good. And I just kind of loop it around, and it's supposed to be on there. And I pull. So I'm going to finish threading through the reed. It won't change at all. I'll just be doing the same thing. And I'll come back when I have to tie the ends onto this. Alright, so I have put on my work onto my front beam. I did the shortcut method, so you pretty much just take some junk yarn, just kind of wiggle it through, and then tie the ends up on here. Then I put in, this is just toilet paper, it's just to kind of get everything going where it needs to. See how this is kind of like holes and everything's going, I don't know where it's going. So it's gotten to the point where all the thread is in line. This is actually going to be my back side. And if I go, that's what my front side is going to look like. You can see it's kind of going like that, but so like this blue line is going to be the front, this line is going to be like the back. So I'm really excited to see how this all turns out. I think it's going to be really fun. I really want to start weaving, but I don't know if we're allowed to yet. Oh, and in the other room, I found some examples. I thought she took them away, but she hasn't yet. So here is a sample that a student made, like, I don't know when, not this quarter, but, you know, a few quarters ago. This one is the intersecting, so you can see there's like a little hole in there. So that's one side, there's the other side, and you can see it looks like red and gold, so that's the red, and then it goes to red, 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 and then this one is, I'm sorry, double wide. So that's what it looked like, you know, while just weaving on the loom. And if you cut it off, then you could open it and it would be twice as wide. I think. This one did the same thing. So let's see, this one's probably different. So it just like looked like that, and then you took it off the warp and seamed it up, and bam, it's twice as big, which I think is pretty cool. So this one's using I think this one's probably just a jacquard loom. Anyway, it's machined. It's not like some poor person had to do all this by hand. That'd be horrible. I did say how each yarn had to go through a different heddle on the harness, but there are some looms where each thread can go through its own harness pretty much. So each thread can be lifted up separately, and that's from a jacquard loom, which the teacher tried to get, but then they were like, oh, we didn't actually think that you'd raise the money for it. Which is pretty mean of them, I think, because it looks like a really cool loom. Anyway, here's more intersecting layers. They seamed up the sides on this one, so you can't like put your fingers through. But it looks like one is like a browny thing, and one's like a greeny thing. Anyway, so yeah, you can do all sorts of cool stuff, and it's just reverse that side, so it kind of matches up. Anyway, so that is our big pile of fun that we can look through. Oh, here's another one. This one's pretty. I like it. This one has some inlay. I talked about that in the last video, and that was probably on the top layer. Yeah, I think besides the front. And then they just opened it up and got this side too. So I think it's a really cool piece. Let me know if you have any questions or anything else you want me to make a video of, and I'm sure I'd be happy to whenever I get the time. So have a good weekend, everyone. Bye.